Hello. If you're returning, welcome back. Sorry, it got disconnected. I know some of you guys were waiting for my amazing insights, but sorry, it got disconnected. So I didn't get the chance to read your questions. You can ask again. Significant others? Um, I don't know. Wouldn't it be awesome? I know there are many artist couples, and they do really well. The correct proportions, I'm practicing it. I'm constantly erasing and fixing. Hey, T Franklin, my favorite artist, Kim Jung-gi, because he's very curious about everything, and that leads to him being observant, and he notices a lot of many small details, and you could see that in his drawings. So he's one of my favorite. And there are many other artists that I like, but I just don't know their names. Sorry. There are even ones that I used to not like, but ended up liking because I realized how good they were. So there's too many. No, I don't have clear concept. That's why this image is taking this long. I don't know what I'm adding to the scene. I'm just slowly working on it. My birthday? Why? It's in May. Oh, it's next month. Oh, stupid Corona. Yes, I will. The next one I'll try to YouTube it. Do it on YouTube. It'll be easier to do it because it's gonna be landscape and yeah. I did learn anatomy very little bit in school, but that wasn't the main thing they were teaching. It was just a little bit, just so that we know enough so we could do 3D. It was a 3D school, so I didn't learn it that much. I learned it at Super NES Studio, and then rest of them is just teaching myself from a lot of references and staring a lot of people, random strangers in the train, stalking them. I'll stalk them, and then when they look at me, I would turn right away, pretending I wasn't staring at them, but you could totally tell I was staring at them. Creepy stuff like that. You need commitment. Commitment to your craft. Extreme angles. It's a bit of a reference and in my imagination because um, extreme angle is this. If this is the center of your vision, everything else becomes a curve at eventually at certain distance. When it's really close, it looks it looks like a straight line, but you'll see some of those films where it's really wide angles when they start curving like that at the end, everything else is just straight. It slightly curves, but when you zoom out, it's actually like this. I don't know the exact reason. I'm just guessing. It's because your eyes are circular, but I don't know the exact reason. But if you look at it from really close object, you'll start seeing these things. So whatever scene you're looking at, it's gonna curve like that. So if I drew a person here very close, standing, even standing, it's just gonna be like this. And I'm just applying that to the drawing in my practice as much as I can. Tutorials, I wish I could, but I'm not really good at explaining, so. And I don't know what to teach. Yeah, awkward eye contact many times. But I still pretend I'm looking away. I wasn't looking. Have you drawn any hentai? I did the hardcover, um, the first hardcover book. I don't know if you know that. It was a Kickstarter project a while back, and I participated on that. And then I drew some. It's not hentai. It's just erotica. Yeah. Do I draw in the moment or a little bit of both? I observe and draw them later. That's most of the stuff, but sometimes I draw in the moment if I have the tools and if I have the time. Drawing their reaction would be fun. That's a good idea. How do you draw humans naturally interacting with a setting? I draw the human first, and then I draw the environment around it. So this image is exactly, that's how it exactly happened. I drew this person, and then I drew the sword here, and then the guy here, and the girl here, and then I just added it according to the perspective. And that's just what I've been doing past hour. um, I was gonna ink it too, but probably not today, because I still don't know what I want to add. So maybe another hour, and then I'll go to sleep, and then I'll never know when I'll do live again. No, I didn't study at an atelier. I went to some art academy, and I learned from people around me and stuff, mostly. I listen to Joe Rogan sometime. I should listen to more, but I've been binging on YouTube too much, so I'm trying to cut down actually. Tattoos, I wish I had a tattoo, but I tend to get sick of something really easily, so I'm afraid I might regret it right after I get the tattoo. But I would love a tattoo, and I haven't designed any tattoos yet. Somebody suggested, but I never did. I wish I could do a cool tattoo design. That would be awesome. It'll be like just one awesome image that only I could do, so whoever gets it becomes like my branded property. That would be funny. Thank you. I'll try to do more lives. Mm, when I design a character, usually I start with something, one aspect of the design, like a sword, for instance. Like a sword, and then I try to come up with a costume that would fit the character with the sword. I do like UFC, but I'm not really into it. I just I just like watching some players, some fighters. Thank you, YVR Animation. I will. I have to practice. I'm not a genius, so I need to go through a lot of sketches before I come up with something I like. Probably the same artist that you are inspired by. I I have way too many. I can't remember all their names. But yeah, if you like them, I probably like them too. I like some of the comic artists too. Olivier Coipel is one of my favorite. He's an awesome artist. I love his style. I always think about a story, but I don't know if I have a patience to do comics. And we'll see. I have many ideas, many stories in my mind, but I'm I don't know if the comics is the best way to tell that story. I'm trying to figure it out. I like Alex Ross too. Todd McFarlane. Yeah, I like them too. My normal everyday. I I go to work and then come home, eat, watch YouTube, and draw, and then sleep and then repeat. Yeah, Jim Lee is good too. He's very nice. Jim Lee is awesome. Full body might be too much. I like a sleeve or a symbol would work too. Yeah, all those guys are pretty awesome. It just shows their yeah, they're all the good artists are always very nice. I have not met any assholes yet. I painted with oil when I was in school. I never touched it again. Although I do like oil painting. I'm just not. I haven't practiced it. 'If somebody tattooed my art, I don't know. I That'll be awesome. Yeah, that would be cool if somebody tattooed my art. But at the same time, I'll feel bad because I might not have done a good job on it. Who have I met? I met Jim Lee, Olivier Coppel, uh, Bengal, Adam Adam Hughes, uh, Jim Campbell. Who else? There was a couple more, but I forgot I met who else? 5 minutes? That's so short. I need like 5 days to think about what I want to draw. 5 minutes is too short. It's too cruel. I do digital drawings. Yeah, I met James Jean and Terada Katsuya thanks to Kim Jung-gi. I was there when they invited him to hang out with them. So thank you Kim Jung-gi, and Kim Jung-gi US made it happen. So thank you. Do you consider digital? Yeah, I do. I do digital, but I like pencil drawing a little bit more right now. Digital is a little bit. I can't make certain lines, so it's very uncomfortable. But I need to practice. No, I haven't met Todd. I speak Korean. Yeah, I was very lucky to meet him and hang out with them. Thank you to Kim Jong-gi US. When they hired me as a translator. I don't really do color. I'm like a toddler when it comes to coloring. I haven't I haven't kept up with the coloring portion of the practice. My my biggest problem is I don't know what to color. Like what color to color them. So yeah, that's why I've never colored. That's why you don't see me color. Actually, coloring is fun, but you just need practice. I I'm just lazy. I just want to keep sketching down ideas. That's the problem. This is like one of the rare occasion for me to keep coming back to a drawing and then keep working on it. I usually just move on to new ideas. And that's why I couldn't practice coloring. Yeah, I could do um I could show you guys how I draw anatomy, but I don't know how I'm gonna teach it. So teaching is gonna be very difficult. But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. Um, just look for Han Solo. Yeah, I used to have that problem too. Um, all these sketchbooks are all blanks. But now I'm like I said, after I met Kim Jong Gi, my the way I think about drawing changed. So ever since then, I've been filling it up, and I've drawn a lot more past 5 years than I've been drawing ever since I was 12. Yeah, if you ask me who my like favorite artist is, then I would definitely have to say Kim Jong-gi because he inspired me to draw a little bit more seriously. Like every other artist, I just saw them and then I'll be like, oh, they're good. But yeah, he's the first one to ever make me want to think like I want to improve my drawing. So yeah, in that way, he's my favorite. Not having an enough sketchbook is that's very good. I have a lot to spare. What I learned from Kim Jong-gi, just the way he approaches the drawing. He's always curious. Like I said, he's always observing, and then he interprets it in his own ways. He doesn't just um, draw fan art like just copying the style, or more like just copying their costume, but he come up with his own design for those characters. Um, I'm sure there's some other reason why he does that too, but those kind of things. He's very observant. He's always curious. He's very honest when it comes to his drawings, like he said, and just the way he draws. It's very. It looks very free. It's like there's a freedom in him, and that's what I'm aspiring to. Hey Tom, thanks for stopping by. If you if you don't like your drawing, just draw another one next to it. Don't just go to a new page. Just fill it up. Among those unfinished sketches, I'm sure you eventually finish one. So and that'll become two, and that'll become three, and it starts adding up. You can't have perfect sketchbook like Kim Jong-gi in the first try. You need to have a lot of failures before you start drawing like him. Or filling up a sketchbook is also like mentally draining because of that obligation. But I think you should just enjoy drawing. Don't think about don't think about you have to fill it up. Don't feel obligated like that. Just like I said earlier, it's like setting up weird rules for yourself. Collaborate. How are we gonna collaborate? Um, Sometimes I do study specific subjects like animals. I'm making a conscious effort to draw them a little bit more. But for human anatomy, I just draw random images and then try to see if I could make a posture out of it. Like this drawing, I would just imagine some kind of drawing, like a posture, and then I try to see if I could plug in the anatomy knowledge that I know into this rough sketch. And then if it doesn't look right, then either I erase and do the drawing again, or I just move on to the next drawing. Yeah, that's how I would do my studies. I would put some kind of ideas at the same time. I don't want to just draw anatomy one and then idea one. I would just put anatomy study into my idea. That's like another fun challenge. It's like two birds in one stone. You don't have to choose one over the other. And then if you practice a little bit of or draw a little bit of a line, then it becomes perspective. So you start putting like perspective element. One of the simplest things, just rubbles and walls and boxes. You just start. Well, this is what I'm trying to do right now with this. Just practicing perspective. I came here when I was in US when I was in '94, and ever since I was 13 back then. About here. And then here are some more, but these are filled up. These are filled. There's some more here. I need to fill these up. Buildings are pretty much the same thing. It's just bigger version of the boxes. So Like in this case, I'll just draw some buildings in the back. And then if this is a rooftop, let's say this is a rooftop, then I would draw building here, another building here, then another building here. I don't know. I'm not planning to use those sketchbooks. I'd rather use mine. I got some papers and then went to Staples and coil bound these papers. It's easier to just go through these than buying sketchbooks. But I do like. Yeah, I do like the 9x12 size. So when I'm really into it, I would go through it in like 2 months, or some of them took only a month to go through all those papers. But it depends on how I use it. Sometimes I would just draw like, what's a good example? Yeah, like this and then move on. It's really not much. Sometimes it would be a waste. Like these, it's like, yeah, like this one is very unfulfilling page. I could have erased and drew again, but I was too lazy. Thanks for asking all the questions. Yeah, sometimes I would draw 10 pages in a day. Sometimes on a good day I would draw like 20 pages, and it wouldn't be enough. But then next day I would have nothing to draw. I would just draw blanks. So eventually it kind of balances out. No, I haven't studied body languages. I should have, but I was just more concerned with the anatomy and stuff like that. So I neglected it. But yeah, I definitely need to study that. Yeah, some days my brain doesn't want to think, so I end up not drawing anything. Sometimes that will go for like 3 4 days, And then if I can't think of something to draw even then I'll start doing like photo studies, just copying photos that I like. At least that way I could get some practice done. So some days it's not forgiving. Like that other person said, you gotta study the gesture, the body language. You gotta get familiar with like how people are actually posing in real life. I think that's the only way. Either you're a genius or you have to know it. So character design, no, I try not to look at references. Oh, reference material, yeah, I do, but I don't try to look at other people's design too much in terms of references. I tend to just end up copying it, so I try not to look at other artists' work too much. But I do look at reference material, reference photos and stuff. For anatomy, yeah, I do look at other artists' work to see how they're drawing anatomy and see if I could learn something from them. So, and then I do look at photos, definitely. I look at a lot of photos. Yeah, when I was in school, I drew. Um, hey, Blackanese, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I drew nude models on at school, but I wasn't really. I wish I was at a level to teach. Thanks for saying that, Tom. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I did live nude drawings before. It's very helpful. It's better than looking at photos. Definitely better than looking at photos. Exaggerating gestures and perspective. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's one way to learn, right? So whatever works for you. Yeah, everyone can learn from anyone. Definitely. I'm improvising this drawing. It wasn't like this before. I'm adding a little bit more details. Thanks for asking me those questions. I hope those were helpful. Whatever I said. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. I can't draw with my left hand. I can't even draw a circle. I could draw small circles. Yeah, I can't even draw straight lines. I don't know. I don't know. It's just different when you're um next to him as a person, because you could just ask him and get the answer right away. But sometimes online, just um, I don't know. I don't really see the difference. It's just easier for me to get the answer from him in person, and then just see him draw. In on online, he's pretty much doing the same thing that I've seen him do. But when you hang out with him, it's very different, because you just learn a, a lot more about the way he thinks and how he observes things. It's very, yeah, it's a little bit different. The drawing is the same. It's just amazing, but what you learn by conversing with him is different. Very different. At least for me, it's very insightful. It's all jokes and um, joking around aside. He has a lot to teach, at least for me. Um, just the way he thinks, just staying curious, and how free he is with his lines. It's just something to aspire for. It's just his skill set is one thing, but his visual library, the way he remembers things, all of those is very, very amazing. So, and you just see that in life when you're in person. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, at least for me, when I watched him draw, he showed me what I want to aspire for. So that's what I learned. One of the most important thing I learned from him. Achieving that freedom, it's one of my main goal. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does to me. Yeah, you cannot imagine his. It's just not just the hours he put, but the way he understands the form. It's something different. It's not just. That's why I was saying earlier, not have goal when you're practicing, because I don't think that just comes from just practice. It's whether he was conscious of it or not, he was practicing something correctly, that he achieved a level. I think there's site site online. Many of them are for that reason, I think, isn't it? To We already have those communities. I like weaponry, not just swords, but I like guns, spear, bows. I like drawing weapons. There's a bunch of them. Skillshare, Gumroad, Patreon, um, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. These are all communities. Everything could become an inspiration. Man, that was another hour. Sorry, I'm gonna end this live soon, because that's already been 2 hours. I'm just back to say good night. I didn't know there was another hour. Sorry, my my drawing is taking too long. But yeah, thanks all for watching. I'm glad my um blabbering somehow helps you. If it does, I'm glad. If not, then I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks all for watching. Yeah, I'm gonna do the next live on YouTube. My YouTube is, what's my YouTube? My Yeah, just look for Hans Olo on my YouTube. Thanks all for watching, and hopefully, or yeah, I'm gonna see if I could add more to this drawing, and then I'll do inking maybe next weekend, either Friday or Saturday night around the same time. So if you are interested to see, come back, and hopefully I'll draw a little bit more faster next time. And if not, then just check it out on YouTube. Yeah, thank you. 639 Vas. See you next time.